You look at what that man did for that school and that area. You look at how much money rolled into that area. You look at how much notoriety, how much stuff got upgraded as a result of him being there. That's what programs are looking for. We got to deal with the reality that this isn't forever, because we have that mentality, almost like we have this savior complex or messiah complex, to where we'll elevate you to this place to where there's nowhere else to go but down. And when you disappoint us, you're dead to us. This is Caesar Walker, the cool, calm, collected one.
And I'm Ronnie Gatry, the emotional one.
And we are the Tipping Point Podcast, your source for the black male's perspective.
Tipping Point Podcast.
Deion Sanders, Coach Prime.
Coach Prime.
I'm not mad at you at all.
Okay.
Do I need to get my reasons why?
Hold that. We'll get all of our thoughts, and then we'll circle back around. Your thoughts?
Well, the first thing I said was Coach Prime wasn't swag. And it's true now, he's not swag. But I also told him that I always felt the same way I feel about Kobe, the same way I feel about Prime.
In that?
I was a Kobe Bryant fan and not a Lakers fan. So I was a Coach Prime fan, not a Jackson State fan. So no matter where he goes, I'm going to be a Prime fan.
Sure.
So I'm going to support him in Colorado.
Okay. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it at all. Would you like to go into your reasons?
It's simple, man. Like, any of us really think he was going to stay at Jackson State forever?
Some people did.
Any of us?
No.
Not in his room.
No, not in his room.
Why?
I mean, I understand how the business is. It's a business. Especially if you have the trajectory he has.
And here's my thing. It's a level of inspiration to some to show that you can essentially I'm not throwing any shade at Coach Prime at all, but from a social standpoint, you can essentially roll out of bed and do great things at a high level to the point to where you get promoted even higher. Now, he was coaching high school at some point, right?
Yeah, he had like a little at a charter school or something he had set up.
That was widely under the radar. Most people didn't realize that.
It was.
So,
I didn't even know that until recently.
Right. That's my roll out of the bed reference.
Gotcha.
So, like, yeah, dude, if you can get it like that, and it's nothing against Jackson State.
Why do you think people from Jackson State feel that way?
Because they feel like a lot of black people normally feel you came here and you used us to make it big, and you leaving us for dust. Because leaving us, is it for dust? For dead. And we're going to go back to obscurity once you leave.
Okay.
And, like, I don't know if that's fair.
I don't think that's a true statement.
You don't think it's a true statement, or you don't think it's a fair statement?
I don't think it's a true statement that he used Jackson State.
I don't think so either. But
not when he improved the facilities there.
Embarrassingly enough, I've spent a lot of time, mainly last night, scrolling through social media, reading a lot of feedback. It's like, you can't miss it.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just like, I just chose to be happy for this man.
Mm-hmm.
I did, man. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it's rooted in fear because of what you said. I agree with it in parts that the fear is Jackson State will fade back into irrelevance, right? And I think the reaction based off of that fear has been irrational, like most things that you're afraid of. You're afraid of flying, even if you got to go from East Coast to the West Coast. You will get in a car, even though people die in car wrecks. You will drive, spend so much time, put so much miles on your car, all that just to avoid the fear of flying. That's irrational. So to be angry at this man who clearly has gotten the attention of Power 5 programs, to think that he was going to stay there and be the next Eddie Robinson, I guess. That's not rational.
No.
Not in this day and age. You look at what that man did for that school in that area. You look at how much money rolled into that area. You look at how much notoriety, how much stuff got upgraded as a result of him being there. That's what programs are looking for. They're looking for a person who can transform the area and bring money. Like that's who you want. There's no way, and he can stay there. But why are we acting like? Why? And if you want the notoriety, if you want everything that comes with that, you got to take everything that comes with that, because this happens at your bigger programs too. But we got to deal with the reality that this isn't forever. Guys move on all the time, whether it's to the NFL or to a bigger school or what have you, right? And everything you're arguing with those players, man, he took them players down there. It happens at the SEC. It happens at Power 5. Those guys have opportunities, and they should take full advantage of those opportunities. And I think it's the impact that you make that you're there that counts. When you're there, that counts, ultimately, in my opinion. And I think what's so unfortunate is because we have that mentality, almost like we have this savior complex or messiah complex, to where we'll elevate you to this place to where there's nowhere else to go but down. And when you disappoint us, you're dead to us. And I think that's unfortunate, because he just made Black history and no one's really talking about it. Because name another coach that's gotten a Power 5 job out of an HBCU. No one. He's a trailblazer. And you can't blaze trails sitting still. Let the man live. Let him live. Because last time I checked, there's Black people at PWIs too, right?
Oh, I believe so. Yeah.
Don't they need coaches at that level who understand them and can guide them as well?
And that was on the back end of my argument.
Yeah.
Think about what that could do for minority coaches across the landscape.
That's all I'm saying. But
This is way bigger than people are.
But of course we can't see that, because we're just dealing with it on a, you got to stay here and be all things and fix this problem, when really and truly, if we put our money into these schools ourselves, Jackson State would have all the money to compete with the Colorados of the world. But we don't do that. How many of us walk around with Auburn, Alabama stuff on?
Yeah.
Unless Alabama State and A&M, unless we went there. Some of us didn't go to these schools and we're still rocking this stuff, right? What if we took that same energy and applied it to our HBCUs? We just up and go to a game and it's not a classic. It's not a homecoming. It's not a party associated with it. What if we just start saying, yeah, hey, man, let's get up and go to a state game, A&M game, Jackson State game. What if we just start doing that the way we get up and go to an Auburn game, an Alabama game?
And make a whole deal out of it. I'm saying this, I'm guilty too.
Yeah, we all are.
Yeah.
But we can fix this problem ourselves instead of assigning a messiah like Deion to fix it for us. He can't do that.
Shoulders, yeah.
Why? That's not fair to him. That's just not fair at all. So congrats, Coach Prime. Congrats. Do you?
No, we still have, is it Eddie George at Tennessee State?
Mm-hmm.
Hugh Jackson.
At Grambling?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. I'm with you. I was curious to know you guys' opinion on it.
No, I appreciate you bringing that up.
Yeah, I also asked Gad, what do you think Colorado's record will be next year? You having a prediction?
Probably.
Because they were 1-11.
You said 4-7 or 4-8? Probably 4-8, 5-7, something like that.
Okay.
They're in the Pac-12, so they can get about 4 or 5.
I think they can squeak out 4 wins for sure.
I think they get about 4.
I mean, and like I told Black, I hope I'm wrong. But man,
that's not bad.
It's year
that's not
one.
Bad. That's not bad for year
5.
One.
I mean,
what you thought about the clip of him getting into him addressing that team?
I'm coming.
Coming with some bags,
bro. You know, I tried to apply the transfer portal.
Go ahead and hit the portal now.
I'm trying to get to Colorado.
A lot of kids trying to get to Colorado.
That amped me up, man.
I'm coming.
Oh my gosh, how could you not want to play for that? But the reality is, of those kids you saw in that video, not everybody's gonna be there.
He told them to hit the portal,
right? Dude, how bold is that?
Hey man, it's real talk.
It is
real rap.
But you know what you're gonna get out of your head coach,
right?
Jeez.
Yeah,
I like it, man. I'm here for it.
Congrats.
Let me
Coach.
find out I got some eligibility left. Y'all see me in Boulder doing this podcast.
Left.
They got a bowling team.
Boulder.
Boulder, Colorado.
I'm like, you can make the bowling team.
If Prom is coaching it, then I'll. I just want to go to a practice.
Can you bowl?
No way, dude. I'm terrible at bowling.
Just
Terrible.
Like, just like football.
Hey, for Prom, I could be
Could be what?
The manager.
4th Street.
Finish that.
4th Street water boy.
You could be the long snapper.